home for game 3. So back to that shot and some of these iconic shots, which had midair acrobatics in the postseason. 1980 finals, Sixers-Lakers, the great Dr. J. Forced baseline, adjusting his body mid-flight. Reverse scoop layup from behind the backboard. Oh, so good. How about 1991 finals, Bulls, Lakers, MJ, mid-air switch from the right to the left. You cannot see that shot enough. Just one of those in his arsenal that we watch again and again. And then look at Giannis, this spin move met by Clint Capella at the rim, contorting his body, the finger roll over Capella, an absolute thing of beauty as the Bucks tie this series. NBA analyst Bruce Bowen is with us now on SportsCenter. So, Bruce, game 1, Trae Young dominated, 48 points. And then last night, he's held to 15 points, 9 turnovers. So what adjustment did the Bucks make to slow him down?
Well, they brought the fight to the game that evening, Hannah. The fact that they understood that they allowed Trae Young to be too comfortable on offense. We saw the videos. We saw all the things that he was able to do, but it was all the space that he had. Then you look here, you see Trae Young. He's trying to operate in crowd. And what I think was key is right here, Drew Holiday sending him in the direction of the screen so that you can stay attached and stay in the play. When you're able to bring the juice quite like that and make the minor adjustments, it's great when it's just a matter of more effort, more desire. And you saw that in the veteran team being able to kind of turn it around where it looks like a lopsided game. It didn't look like the same Atlanta Hawks that we saw the first game, but that's what's necessary when you're in the playoffs, making the necessary adjustments and bringing the fight to the game.
Yeah, Holiday did a great job on both ends of the floor. Really, it didn't hurt his offense. And then they let Brook Lopez go too and kind of unleash him as well. So it was a good formula as Young scores less than 20 points in a playoffs in which he's averaged over 30 a game. Thanks, Bruce.
All right.
I don't know if I ever divulged this secret, but I'm really a football player that happen to love basketball. I like to tell people jokingly that I am the reason that big guys do not want to play in the paint anymore. Before I fell in love with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, Too Tall Jones and Mean Joe Green was my guy. So when I came to the game, I realized that I was good, but I wasn't that good. I was okay, fundamentally sound, but I had to create a niche. So my niche in high school, I was taller than everybody, okay? My niche in college was long, athletic. Wasn't really a lot of long and athletic guys. Big guys were hot at the time. Maybe you can be the first pick. There's 2 other guys, Alonzo Mourning and Christian Laettner. Now when I get to the NBA, I'm like, damn, David Robinson runs faster. Patrick Ewing shoots better. Hakeem Olajuwon has all the moves. I'm stronger. Let me beat these guys up. Let me beef up. I saw guys stay away from battling me. The game plan would be, we got to bring Shaq out.
It's hard to play down there because when you're that big, you don't get calls, right?
People always used to say, Shaq, you take a beating. It wasn't a beating. I loved it. I love physicality. Football, that's what we do. If I didn't take a beating, I didn't feel like I was playing hard enough. The beating that I took was a sign of respect that you couldn't stop me. I didn't get a lot of calls and used to complain all the time. But one thing I love about David Stern is he was real. So we go in his office one day, because I'm at the end, and I'm letting him know, Mr. Stern, next time somebody hack or shack me, I don't mind taking 15, 20 games. And he says, son, if we called every foul that was committed on you, the game would last 4 hours. And I thought about it, like, you're right. And he said, Shaq, you're over here complaining about fouling. I got 28 teams complaining about you. And I thought about it, and I was like, and I'm all about the game. I don't want to shoot 100 free throws anyway. I don't. I don't want to read Shaq 20 out of 100. I don't want to, let's just play. And then I said to myself, okay, I'm not getting the calls. If I could withstand that and play through that, I'll be unstoppable. So I had to program myself not to really worry about it. But the more physical I became, I just seen all the other centers do this. They just slowly keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. And now, 15, 20 years later, you got guys shooting threes. It's cute. It's not something I would do. And somebody asked me the other day, oh, Shaq couldn't play today. But you're not paying attention. I am playing today. My name is Greek Freak. Who was the first big guy to take it coast to coast? Oh, you don't remember? Check this play out.
Look at the big guy run the floor. Oh, yes.
I play just like Greek Freak. Take it off the glass, high percentage shots. High percentage shots. I shoot a three every now and then, so I would actually love to play in this game. It's less physical. I would bring a little bit more physicality. I would bring my length. I would bring my athleticness, and I'd be Greek Freak. So before you say Shaq can't play in this era today, I'm already playing. My name is Giannis Antetokounmpo, however you pronounce it.
So when you watch the game today, all the centers that are playing, is there one that you say, well, he could dominate in the post?
It's one or two guys I think that if they put their mind and effort to it, they could dominate in the post. One is a New Jersey native, goes by the name of Karl Anthony Towns. He's fundamentally sound, he's long, and he can shoot. The advantage he has is they're not going to double team you, so you're down there one-on-one. Go to work. The other guy is Joel Embiid. Bigger, beefier. You should be able to punish down there. But these guys like shooting jumpers. Yes, it's pretty, but at the center position, you're supposed to be the most efficient piece on the floor. Like, that's back when I played, you know, you got guys shooting 57, 60, 62, 63, 64%. Like, if I didn't shoot over 70%, I was upset. But now, you know, I was always taught the things that are difficult, you have to make it simple. So instead of stretching out, shooting threes, you should dominate in the post. Joker is a guy that could do work in the post. I don't think he can be dominant, but he can be effective.
So they're not in part because all the analytics guys from those respective teams are telling them this is no longer a high percentage shot. What do you say to those guys?
If you got a skilled guy like me playing in the post, you can't tell me it's not a high percentage shot. Right now you got a lot of unskilled guys trying to play the post who don't like taking the contact, which makes the analytic numbers sound about right. And then if you already don't want to feel the contact and you're looking at something that's in your favor, it's just going to push you out even more. But it's not true. Analytics are numbers and stats and all that, but they can be broken. And they could be broken by something called adrenaline. Like they always used to say, don't let Shaq go middle. But if it's playoff time, I'm going to fake middle and go baseline. And I'm going to kill you that way. Or every time Shaq turns back over the right shoulder, he's 40%. Not today. This is playoffs. Oh, you foul Shaq today. You know, foul him, he's shooting 60%. But how many times have they tried that in the final? It's the one factor that can always break analytics is adrenaline. So, you know, he shoots 2 or 10 from here, but some guys, when they get it going, they just get it going. It ain't nothing you can do about it. My contention is if a big man comes in and wants to dominate, he can dominate, and easily, because we have shifted away from physicality and shifted away from all that. Teams don't know how to play anymore. Like right now, teams are switching 1 to 5. I wish Spud Webb would have switched out on me. I wish Doc Rivers would have switched out on me. So if you get another guy that comes in, it'll be like it was back in the old day. There'll be one guy that you got to change your defenses for. But he would have to be like so dominant because, you know, you'd have to be like Greek Freak, but in the post. See, Greek Freak is averaging 28. His 28 is this. If you get a guy that just stays in that area and does that, then the game will start to shift back. But Kenny Smith said something one time, and it made a lot of sense. He said that all the players that you're watching now, we were products of their environment. And it was true. Because when I was coming up, big guys didn't shoot jumpers. I watch Ewan, and I watch all these guys, Kareem. We never shot jumpers, right? So then I'm pushing all these guys and beating all these guys out, and here comes Dirk and Garnett and all these guys. Now you got the guys watching them, and they're saying, I can't do what Shaq do. I can do what he do. And they go outside and practice that. And then you got a couple guys that like the physicality, and they watch me. Like, I wasn't watching David Robinson. I'm not that skilled. I'm not watching, guys that were fundamentally sound and, study the game. And I couldn't watch that. I watched guys that were ferocious, guys that had tenacity, guys that wanted to fight, dive on the floor, all that stuff. So when Kenny said that, it made a lot of sense. So all these guys that are playing now, they're products of Dirk, Garnett, a little Duncan. And so, when I hear that the last big man MVP was me, it's kind of flattering. I just want to see how long it lasts.
Greek Freak is an MVP right now. How about that? And you know what? I've never given my name up before, but I'm giving it to him. He's the new Superman.
You're giving the new Superman nickname to the Greek Freak?
Yes, I am.
Who can't hit a three-pointer yet, Shaq? Can he at least hit a jump shot first?
I didn't hit no three-pointer either, but he's dominating, and that's what I like. You dominating in the paint, you taking it to the hole, you throwing it down, you ain't shooting no flip shots. He did something last night. I was like, you know what? This kid can play. So I denounced myself as Superman, and I'm giving it to the Greek Freak.
Max Kellerman.
I love this so much.
Giannis? New Superman?
I love this so much. And Stephen A., great work out of you. You have to understand what this is about. Shaq is exactly right. Shaq was the one player in modern NBA history performing at an MVP caliber level and only scored in the paint, took it to the rack. That's how he got his points. See, free throw line, too. Can't do anything about that. But that's where he's, not taking jump shots and fadeaways, and he had a little hook there, but it's all in the paint. He's taking it strong. Patrick Ewing with a fadeaway, and Hakeem with a jump shot, and David Robinson had a variety of ways to score. And even when you look at the little guys, the high flyers that we think of as ultra aggressive, Jordan and Kobe, they developed an outside game, and that's good. That's great. It makes them even better, right? KD can score smoothly from anywhere. Even LeBron shoots the three from certain spots very well in the deep three. Obviously, Steph. Show me an MVP caliber player since Shaq who only gets it in the paint. He only takes it to the rack. That's where the Greek Freak scores, and that's why Shaq is saying him. He's taking it strong every time. That guy can be Superman. I love it.
It makes total sense that Shaq would make that claim. You're right about that because Antetokounmpo is averaging 27 and 13 right now on 57% shooting, 11% from three-point range, 11. Okay, and from the free throw shooting, he's not quite as bad as Shaq was, but he's at 68%. Here is the only thing, and I don't have a problem with Shaq's, proclamation or whatever, because it makes total sense. He's right. Here's the only thing that I would say to y'all. Shaq was unstoppable. He was a physical freak of nature. He was 350 pounds. He was the most dominant force of our lifetime outside of Wilt Chamberlain. This is what we've seen. The Greek Freak is something special. But because of his muscular but slim frame, even though he gets to the rack, dribbling the ball, creating his own path to the basket, the dominance that Shaq is speaking to is not something that has worked for the Greek Freak, nor do I think will work come playoff time. Now, he averaged 25, 9, and 6 against Boston in their 7-game series last year. But when it really, really counted, you could find a way to neutralize him because he couldn't shoot. Whereas with Shaq, there was no way to neutralize him because he was so massive.
You may be right. If the Greek Freak had a three-point shot, he'd be the best player in the game, including LeBron.
Yes,
if he could really shoot it.
Without question.
But that's the point. You just said Shaq was a physical freak. Freak is in Antetokounmpo's name, the Greek Freak. In other words, of all the freaks that we've seen,
but that's not the case come playoff time.
Joel Embiid, the freakishly great players, even if you don't think of them physically that way, Tim Duncan or even KG or someone like that, you think of LeBron. LeBron is a physical freak, all those things. But no one's whole offense or scoring offense is predicated in the paint since Shaq,
but don't convolute the issue. You can't teach 350. That's all I'm saying. You can't teach
He was 300 at his
350
best.
come postseason time. That's all I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with any other points.
But, okay,
I'm
how about
saying you
this?
can't teach
Fair enough.
350. There's a lot of beef, bro.
Fair enough.
That's
But
a
there
lot
are-
of beef.
You know how people say the game has changed? It's not about the big man in the paint anymore. That's true.
In the
But it's-
postseason, it
but-
will be.
But it's still about the paint. You still must get to the painted area. If it's off the dribble, a post, whatever it is, you still got to do that to collapse the offense at times. It can't just all be three-pointers. That helps your three-point game. What I'm saying is this. What if the Greek Freak, who has a different way of getting to the paint than Shaq, obviously, what if the Greek Freak thrives in the playoffs? Are you ready then to call him Superman?
Well, then call me when it happens.
Okay, good.
What's wrong with that? What's
and
wrong
what
with
was
saying that
driving
he
you?
already averaged 25, 9, and 6 in the playoffs? That's not shabby. I'm simply saying
Okay,
that when it came time, it didn't matter what time of the game is. Last second, first second, 350 pounds is a problem. Now, with the Greek Freak, let's see as the game wanes, because of his inability to hit perimeter shots, if he'll be able to get to the basket
Who was
with
the
that
closer?
level of ease
Who was
in
the
the
closer?
postseason.
Who was the closer on the Shaq team,
Let's see.
Stephen A? Who
Let's
was the
see.
closer?
Excuse me?
Who was the closer on those great Shaq teams in LA?
Well, I'd say Kobe, but it's still like it's
For
not like
sure.
Shaq didn't get him there either.
I like Chris Middleton a whole lot, but he ain't Kobe Bryant. You can't if the Greek Freak goes off and gets bumped in the second round, you can't hold that
You're right.
against him.
All right, whatever. Let's move on because we got boxing to get to.
Yeah,
you keep
we
talking,
do,
we won't even get to
Stephen A.
that.